Booktube, Science Fiction Reads here with the third and final part of this massive book haul. I think I left off the last video saying this one would be closer in length to the first video, but actually there's not as much here as I thought, and I took some stuff out that I missed the first time I went over it. Some stuff I'm just not interested in, like a bunch of Terry Brooks and stuff, but otherwise, this is the last of the stuff I got from this massive, massive collection. Let's start with the coolest stuff probably in this last bit. A lot of what I would consider hard to find Mike Resnick books. And I say that based on the fact that I'm always looking for his books, and it's the same few I tend to find, but I never find some of this stuff. Some of the stuff I've never even heard of. And I'm not sure will be my kind of thing, but I'll go through them. And I mean, they all are in such great shape for their age. I imagine a lot are part of his, I don't know if you'd call it future history. I guess you would. He's got a lot of books that take place in the galaxy where you've got bounty hunters and similar characters running around, but the places are the same, and legends in one book may actually appear in another. It's basically like the Wild West, but galaxy-wide. Okay, some cool ones here. I think this is a 4-book series. Yeah, this is Tales of the Galactic Midway, book 1. With some wild cover art on all 4 of them. They'll look great on the shelf because they've all got matching spines. Yeah, like look at that title. These may be too comedic for me actually, but very cool to have them. And then again, we've got the Velvet Comet series, which is also 4 books. And 2 more, Santiago, which I've read, and Alternate Presidents, an anthology. Probably won't keep that one, not really interested, but the rest, certainly. Just real quick, we got the Douglas Adams books. I probably have all of them, but I'll have to double check. And like I've said before, I'm not really big into the comedy in my SF, but I haven't read these yet, so can't judge them just yet. A bunch of David Weber here. I tried him years ago. I think I read 2 books, at least 1, and it was okay, but it's just not my type of military SF. But since there was a bunch of them, I left them in for the video. And I still have to look them up. They might sound quite appealing to me. Likewise, there's a lot of Michael Flynn here, not someone I've read or ever been interested in, but and a lot of these synopses sound similar. They might take place in a shared universe for all I know, but here's another one. I've got to do the research before I decide what I'm doing with these. Lots of randoms here coming up. World of Star Trek. I can't imagine I'll be keeping that one. Joan D. Vinci, I've got that. John Varley, I've got that. A couple of these escaped me. Some Lester Del Rey. Moon of Mutiny. I think I tried this once, but it was a little YA-ish or something. Wasn't into it. One of the L. Sprague de Camps that got away from me earlier. Growing Up Weightless, that's a coming-of-age story. I think on the moon. Rite of Passage. Richard at Vintage SF was just talking about this book, but I've got the Ace Science Fiction Special Edition, I believe, so I'll keep that. John Morrissey, I had an interesting looking space opera trilogy in my previous video by him. City, I already have this exact copy. And Flowers for Algernon, I believe I have that, but I gotta double check. Got Red Mars. I meant to chuck that out of the box before the video because I've already got that, of course. I think this one's about a traveling news team. Galactic traveling news team, something like that. Canticle for Leibowitz. I've got a similar edition. Eric S. Nyland, Signal to Noise. Now I've heard of this one, but I can't remember where. And we've got a few Alan Steele's. Again, someone I've heard of course, but I don't really think they're my kind of thing. I think actually this box ended up inadvertently being the stuff I'm not as excited about, but Clive Barker is someone I need to check out. Weave World, I've got that. And oh, A Signal Shattered, so probably a sequel to that previous book. The sequel to, what is it, The Dragon and the George, which I think was in my last video. I got that as a hardcover, but I'm not too interested in it, so I'm probably not keeping that. Stephen Barnes, looks cyberpunk-ish. John Barnes. I can't remember what I have by him, but got one or two by him. A few Nivens here that I already have. Kind of a neat looking copy of The Mountain God's Eye, but my copy's in better shape. Actually a bunch here of the Nivens that I already have, or in some cases the copy from this box was better than what I had, so I've already switched them out. A bunch in this livery, which I already, or which I collect, but these ones are in rougher shape than the ones I have. Footfall, which, you know, I might actually keep that and get rid of the book club edition I have. And Legacy of Herod, which I think I have that. We've got an H.G. Wells. I think there was one of those in the previous video. Connie Willis, To Say Nothing of the Dog. That is that not the sequel to the Doomsday book, I think? Or they're related? I could be totally wrong. A couple Silverbergs. I remember reading about this one. I think it's supposed to be pretty weird. got a copy of that already. And The Sword in the Stone by T.H. White. I think I had an omnibus of the all three in the previous video. Okay, we've got a few Jack McDevitt's. Yeah, these two are from the Priscilla Hutchins series. This is the first one, Engines of God. I really liked this book. This was the best in the series. And also the start of the series. And then I think this is the start of his other similar series. It takes place in the same universe, but a few thousand years later. I think that's a standalone, which I have. Infinity Beach. I definitely have that. And An Elizabeth Moon. I don't think I have any of her books. And one more, Moonfall. Got The Dispossessed. I imagine my copy's in better shape. I haven't seen this before. Randall Garrett, Lord Darcy Investigates. I don't know anything about that, but I'm going to have to do some research because it looks and sounds quite intriguing. Larry Niven and David Gerald. I have a better looking copy with amazing cover art that I read last year or earlier this year. Didn't much care for the book, but loved the cover art. If I'm rushing through this, I'm kind of over it doing 3 of these in a row after a morning of sorting through these. And I suspect I'll be doing that all afternoon and into the evening. Battle Circle by Pierce Anthony. That is a trilogy. I have a copy. Some random guy in a used bookstore once. I was having a conversation with him, and he swore by how good that book was. So I've kept it all this time, even though I don't think too much of Pierce Anthony. I haven't read enough of him to really make that call. And I've read no Neil Gaiman. I don't think he'd be my kind of thing, but possibly his better known stuff, which, I mean, 2 of those are, I believe. I got to give him a try, so I'm glad I have a couple. I've got some John Varley here. I think the only John Varley I've read is the Gaia trilogy, which I absolutely loved, but it's kind of diminishing returns. I liked the first the best, the second, and the third one I was kind of over it by then, but it's still a really good trilogy. There's a few Stephen Goulds here. That one I looked up and sounded pretty interesting. Environmental collapse kind of thing, changing society. And I have that. I haven't read anything by Stephen Gould, but... And I've got a bunch of Kurt Vonnegut Jr. I will have to dig into the closet to see what I actually have. I don't think I have player piano. I don't believe I have these next few. Definitely don't have that. All right, we're getting down there. 2 more piles here. Got some Theodore Sturgeon. Nice little copy of his, one of his better known books, but I have like a better condition, brand new Masterworks copy I'll keep. Okay, we've got a nice little collection of Cordwainer Smith books, but I have no use for them, as I have the 2 Nespa Press books, which you know, collect all of his science fiction. So I might set these aside and gift them to someone. There's another Timothy Zahn. Oh, a few more Christopher Stasheff. I think we went through his stuff in the previous video. Oh, same with Robert Sawyer. There was several of his books in the last video. Canadian author I need to check out. And then we've got some Spider Robinson, which I think at least 3 of these are the Callahan's Bar related. Walter Tevis, The Steps of the Sun. A complete Ken MacLeod trilogy, which I read the first and maybe the second. I have them in an omnibus hardcover. Another David Gerald. All right, last few here. Tim Powers. I have got to get to the Anubis Gates one of these days. And the last several are all Kim Stanley Robinson. And I don't think I have any of these. I do have Ice Age, actually, which I have read. And then the last 3 is The Wild Shore and the other 2 in that series, which is what the Orange County series. Actually, I quite like those last 2 cover art. That wraps it up, though, for this 3-parter. I don't think I've had a book haul that required being split into 3 videos before. So yeah, that was 3/4, or probably a little more than that, of everything I acquired. Harry, thank you again. I can't thank you enough. I'm going to be going through these for days, deciding what goes on the shelves and what stays boxed up, and what I'll donate to the local bookstores. But as always, thanks for watching. I got to get back to reading now, but I think I'll probably be a little distracted for the next few days. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.